Thank you very much. You ready?
We're right on.
Yeah, thank you. Section 1116 of the city charter calls for an independent audit every year. It says the city council shall employ at the beginning of each fiscal year an independent certified public accountant who shall at such times, or at times may be specified by the city council at least annually, and at such other times as such account shall determine, examine the books, record inventories and reports of all officers and employees who receive, handle, or disperse public funds, and of all such other officers, employees, or departments. As soon as practicable, at the end of the fiscal year, a financial statement shall be submitted by such accountant to the city council. One copy thereof to be distributed to each member, one to the chief administrative officer, or to the designee responsible for the functions of finance, treasury, city attorney, respectively, and sufficient additional copies of the financial statement shall be placed on the file in the office of city clerk, where they shall be available for inspection by the general public. Was that done for the fiscal year 2008? Because on the city clerk's website, the actual budget numbers only go through May of 2008, and starting in June 2008 and all of 09, 2010, everything is listed as a projection. So the fiscal year ends, I believe, at the end of June, is that correct?
Correct.
So for 2008, did the city council follow the law and hire an independent third-party accountant to do that audit?
My understanding is that we do get an audit every year. I mean, we get a report on it, we get a bill for it. I will say that, the way I read that, it should have been basically put in our hands. And I can tell you that didn't happen.
So you did not get that audit for the year 2008?
Well, let me ask that question and see if we have an answer.
You don't have that? Did you get that audit for the year 2009?
I think we did.
You did, so that should be available according to the city charter within the city clerk's office and available for records request. Is that correct?
I think that's correct.
Okay, and the fiscal year for just ended again at the end of this last June?
That'll be in...
Is that correct? It ended at the end of June, and we're now heading into the fall beyond that point a couple of months. So have you already hired a third-party accountant to do that fiscal audit for this?
We're not going to use the same auditor again.
But have you hired one?
I think we did make action on that, didn't we?
That would have been done before I got out.
Really?
So have you hired one?
I remember it. Let me look into that, because I can remember.
So you're not familiar if you hired one? I'm just curious.
To answer your question, I'm not sure.
Okay, but one is required shortly thereafter. So shortly there will be one done and recorded in the city clerk's office. Is that correct?
Say it again.
Since at the end of the fiscal year it's required by the city charter that the city council directs that a certified accountant be hired to do that financial audit, the city council will do that if they have not done that yet. Is that correct?
Yeah,
correct. And the city attorney, I'm sure, would probably advise that as well to follow the law.
Oh, absolutely.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be following the law. Okay, so a records request can be made for 2008, 2009.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then just another question. Is it possible that those numbers don't have to be requested on a records request, but that the citizens can get on the website for the city clerk updated financials? Right now, they only go through May 2008, which is over 2 years old. And I think the city resident should be able to acquire on the website the final numbers for 08, the final numbers for 09, and at least quarterly numbers for 2010. Would that not be reasonable?
Well, I don't personally have a problem with it, but I think, again, there might be a discussion about it. I don't know.
But you're in favor of it, would I say?
I personally am, yes.
Okay, is anybody not in favor of that?
Well, again, we're coming back to the same problem we had before. The minute we...
Yeah, well, I guess I'm asking you, but would you mind asking the other two if they're favor?
Well, we'll put it...
Not taking a vote, but, okay, so I think that the point is made.
How's that?
Thank you.